control. It's the promise things can hold. Break it softly just enough. That's where beauty gets rough. I don't love, I don't obey, but I want it my own way. Not the fall, not the plea, just the pull, just the heat. If it holds, don't entertain. Stay inside the tension line. That's where elegance lives every time.
Man, he put all his, because Willie makes worm hot dogs, right? And he sells pea jugs too. And he got about 200 monkeys. Well, he got up about 50 of them monkeys and he put them in the rocket ship with him and all his pea jugs. Hey, and he had plenty of provisions, man. And then it was time to blast off and he blasted off. And by that time, a bunch of federal agents, they done called on what Willie was doing and they was surrounding the rocket ship. And Aunt Mama Lou is, Willie's wife, but she used to be his sister and then it was his mama. And then it became his wife. I'll tell you that story too if you don't already know it. I think everybody pretty much knows what that story is. But anyway, he blasted off, man, and fried a bunch of them federal agents here on the ground. I look, he wanted to go up to the Mines space station. That was his goal, was to go up to the Mines space station, and that was going to be a waypoint. And then he was going to go off into outer space looking for his alien love honey because he got abducted one time by this alien woman, and she kind of probed him, and he found out that he had a
Oh,
love
yeah.
child from this alien, so he was going to go to the mine space station and kind of hang out for a little bit, but they wouldn't let him on the station. They said, "Look at him, you got monkey poo," because that's what he done is he got up in outer space, and the monkeys they was throwing poo all over the place, man, and he had to get rid of it. So he had a whole bunch of these little or what you call homo no, that wasn't homo vacuum cleaners. What do you call them things? Them rope, the little round things.
Yeah, robot.
they, anyway, they picked up a bunch of that monkey poo and they disposed of it into outer space. So now you got all this poo floating around, and people at the mine space station they told him, they said, "Hey, you stink too bad." They said you can't board our space station. So he had to abort his mission and went back down to Earth. And then he took his spaceship and turned it into a submarine. And that's another story where they had a bunch of island wars and stuff like that because Saul Good had bought Willie an island and bought him an island. And he built up Willie's island with all these, Ferris wheels and roller coasters and stuff, only so he could bomb it. Next thing you know, man, there's explosions going off everywhere. And, that's another story that we come up with. We come up with all kind of stories.
And Bob has raised her hand. Yes, Roberta. There is no better story.
We come up with all kind of storylines. Michael the midget used to have 3 legs, and they found out his third leg was his brother Steve. And he, so he had surgery done, and they extracted his third leg out of him, and so here's Steve, but Steve ain't nothing but a leg.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, look at here. Let me tell you about Chumderwear, man. Hey, I got a bag of Chumderwear sitting right here next to me. Chumderwear is Willie's used underwear. Hey, I sell them, man. It's $39.99 for a bag, man. I'm telling you. And the only reason they cost so much is because I put a little bit extra corn in there. You know what I'm saying? They're good and used. And you can take them Chumderwear and you put them on a fish hook and you throw them out there, and man, you catch some good catfish.
They're not washed, are they?
No, man.
Oh,
They
well,
use
okay.
that.
For a minute there, I thought it would be a ripoff, you know?
It's chumderwear. You know, that's underwear and chum. It sucks when you got to explain it.
Peter's pendant. Yeah.
And poor Bob's falling off her chair. I can see chumming with underwear. I don't know what you'd catch, though. I'm worried about that part.
Yeah, man. Shoot fire at them. Catfish love it, man.
Yeah, well,
Man,
sure.
you got it good and stinky. Hey, Willie sells feet pictures, man. Hey, I got a website. My website, y'all can go to it, man. It's willieleev@gmail.com. People go there all the time. Huh?
There's a big market for feet.
I've heard that.
Yeah, people comes there all the time wanting pictures of my feet.
Oh my!
I sell feet pictures. Pea jugs. Hey, look at that. Pea jugs and chumderwear and worm hot dogs and cockroach milk. Y'all laugh about cockroach milk, but it is a delicacy. Y'all can Googleize it, man. Y'all look it up. Cockroach milk. It is a real thing. I'm not making it up, okay? Because Willie sells cricket flour too. Y'all can look that up. That's a real thing too. I ain't making it up. If you don't believe me, just ask me. I'll tell you. Hey, cockroach milk. Y'all look it up.
How many cockroaches do you have to milk to get a pint?
Hey, look at him. It depends. See, you can take a needle and string it through their heads. You poke the little heads with a needle and a string, and then you can line them all up, about 50 feet of these cockroaches dangling from the fish string. And what you do is you gently caress their abdomens, and you put it in a little vial, and you keep doing it one by one by one by one by one, man. Hey, and next thing you know, you got your whole full vial of cockroach milk, man. Hey, that stuff sells for a lot of money. or you can just take the cockroaches and put them in a blender and just blend them up, man. Put it in a cup and drink it right up. I like I see. It all sounds nasty. Willie's a nasty character, man, but he's also a lovable character.
You got a heart of gold somewhere down there.
Yeah, hey, see here, and they brought Saul Good in as a character, and Saul Good was supposed to run Willie's movie contracts, his song contracts, and his advertising contracts. That's just like the Taco Bell on the side of his rocket. Taco Bell paid like $30,000 to put their logo on the side of Willie's rocket, but Willie never saw none of that money. Saul Good got it all. And of course, Aunt Mama Lou. So if y'all don't know the story with Aunt Mama Lou, what happened with Aunt Mama Lou? Aunt Mama Lou, that was his wife. But see, Daddy married Miss Dorothy from down there at the church, and Miss Dorothy had a daughter named Lou. Miss Dorothy actually had 23 daughters altogether, but this one particular one named Lou was Miss Dorothy's daughter. So that made Lou Willie's sister at that point in time whenever Daddy married Miss Dorothy from down there at the church. So then Miss Dorothy, she got a case that got going. And what happened to Miss Dorothy was she killed a bunch of college kids down there by the lake. So they was born. Yeah, no, hey. She did. Hey, that's a true story, man. What happened? No, she did. She killed a bunch of cops. She killed.
Oh my God! I don't know which is funnier, dude.
She killed a bunch of college kids down there by the lake. Said they was fornicating. She said she caught them fornicating, and all the cops come up on her, and No. You got dogs. Get them dogs up. Hey, no, they was fornicating. She had blood all over and everything, and they took her. They put her in a they put her in a straitjacket and took her down there to the insane asylum. And next thing you know, she died. She got a case of the got gone. So then Daddy, since Miss Dorothy was gone, Daddy married Lou. So Lou turned into Willie's mama at that point in time. So she was his sister. Then she became his mama. Well, then Daddy got a case of the got gone, and that's another story what happened to Daddy. But Daddy died, and so Lou married Willie. They got together. They got together and got married on a John boat. Mr. Bill from down there at the bar, he married Willie and Aunt Mama Lou on a John boat, and so that made them legally married. But they wasn't really legally married, but they was kind of married. But then they kind of got divorced, and Willie's still a virgin. Y'all know that, right? Willie ain't never been with a woman. He never been with a woman. He likes boobies. Oh man, he loves to look at them boobies, man. He talking about them boobies all the time. I like me some boobies.
As we venture into the uncharted void of the cosmos to unveil a creature that has stunned scientists and captivated imaginations across the galaxy. Deep in the nebulae of the Orion Arm, where stars are born and mysteries abound, a new form of primate has emerged from the shadows of space. Its name, Space Gorilla.
Gorilla.
He don't. But he ain't never actually been with a woman, and although him and Aunt Mama Lou was married, they still had separate houses, and Aunt Mama Lou used to just bring Willie his mail. And then I said all that to say this, what ended up happening was Aunt Mama Lou and Saul Good, they started having shenanigans together. And after the Island Wars, they all went to California, and next thing you know, that's another story about how Aunt Mama Lou and Saul Good was in a helicopter, and the helicopter crashed, and Aunt Mama Lou jumped on a shark and went over to the island and helped Willie out and all. Anyway,
That Aunt Mama Lou.
like I said, Willie can go on and on and on and on.
I knew that Saul had stolen Willie's money, but I didn't know he'd stolen his woman.
Yeah, they got matching tattoos, man.
That's serious. That's very serious.
Yeah, they went to Vegas, and I asked them what happened in Vegas, and they told Willie, they said, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Matching tattoos, I think in West Virginia makes you legally married.
I think so.
yeah, West Virginia anyway. Possibly Arkansas.
The highest form of cruelty I've ever heard of.
But you got to keep in mind, we've been doing this for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 years. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of storylines.
Super cool. Very good.
Hey, Willie needs a manager when you take the show on the road.
Willie is really successful, except other people stab him in the back, take his money away. Willie's a really successful man.
Willie's driving around in a Pinto. It broke down. It's rusted. It's got a rusted out. It's got a rusted out floorboard. He's got to use his feet to get it to moving.
Yeah, but nobody tailgates you, not with a Pinto.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was.
I had one once. Nobody would come near me.
Yeah, and bobdub, Mark, in case y'all don't know, the Pinto had its gas tank in the rear, and anytime somebody'd crash into the back of it, it'd blow up.
So you could get them cheap. You could get them real. Somebody gave me one. Beautiful car, and nobody tailgated you.
Yeah, that's all true stories, man. If you don't believe me, just ask me. Hey, hey, Willie. Hey, we broadcast live. We do. We got a billboard out there on I-26 in South Carolina, and that billboard, man, we can reach out to I-77, down to I-10, up I-65 and I-75 and I-77, all over the southeast, man. You can hear Willie from Willie's Worm Farm Roundtable Radio Show, and we do the real news, man. We talk about hobby horsing and hobby dogging. Yeah, that was the latest on the last show. I don't know if y'all listened to the last show or not. They got these people over in Germany. They do hobby dogging. Hey, this is a real thing, man. You got this little stiff leash, and it's got a collar on the end of it for a dog, but there ain't no dog in there. They just walk around. Hey, y'all can look it up, man. They walk around and they go through these little hoops and everything, and they're hobby dogging. They're jumping over. Can you imagine a grown woman holding onto this leash with a collar, jumping hurdles, acting like she's got a dog on the other end? Hey, that's a real thing, man. Hobby dogging. Y'all look it up.
This is the Kali Yuga. This is definitely the Kali Yuga.
Yeah. Because you've seen the hobby horsers, right? There is literally a hobby horse competition. Hobby horsing. These people that, what a hobby horse is like a broomstick. It's got a head on the end of it. Yeah, that's a hobby horse. And these people are running around this stadium, this arena on these hobby horses, and they're jumping hurdles and going around cones and all kind of other stuff, man. People are crazy, I'm telling you.
I thought it was like the Morris dancers. Mark about that, right? Don't they have a hobby horse in the Morris dance?
I've never actually seen a Morris dance. Actually, no, I too. Like I've seen Morris dancing once live.
Hobby dogging, exactly, bobdub.
Yeah, I see that hobby dogging.
Really, I was just
I
going to.
thought
I was
the
just thinking.
furries were.
Have
See
you
that?
union? Have
See
you
that's
unionized your
that-
monkeys? Are your monkeys in the union?
a monk in a union. What?
Yeah. If you got all these monkeys working for you, have they not created their own union?
Yeah, no. Hey,
A monkey union.
a monkey
monkey
union.
union.
A monkey union. Hey, there's an idea right there. You got to have ideas. Monkey union. Willie had to he had to put down the monkey union. He had to put them down. Not hey, somebody made a mistake one day. Hey, this was one of the shows. Somebody made a mistake and left the TV on while Willie was gone, and
Uh-oh.
the monkeys was watching Fox News in one room, and they was watching CNN in the other room. Next
Oh
thing you know,
no.
they had a damn civil war inside of the house. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Had a bunch of you got a bunch of libtard monkeys and a bunch of MAGA monkeys, and they was at each other, man. Can you imagine that?
I can. That's a scary thing.
That must be in the movie. That has to be in the movie.
Yeah.
There has to be. That's brilliant.
Yeah, monkeys running around waving Confederate flags, and then you got the other one in the other room. They walk and they run around waving them rainbow colored flags. And LGBTQRIS monkey gang.
XYZ. Yes.
BDQ.
Okay. Well, we need to make sure that the mule has some sort of insurance protection against Saul, because I can see that Saul would want to steal your mule in a minute. In a minute.
Yeah.
They gonna steal my jackass. Man, it's all good. You a jackass stealer, man.
Yeah, he's gonna keep his hands off your ass.
That's funny right there. Hey, you need to write jokes for me.
We'll have to get
I,
together.
I need a joke writer.
I'll come up with a few for you. We'll get together. You're on Minds, right? I'll contact you.
Yeah, yeah, you can contact me at my website at willieleev at gmail.com. You can find me on my hell, I give you my damn phone number. I ain't proud.
Yeah, sure. I'll text you.
All these people they worried about people calling them. Shit, I need somebody to call me. I ain't got no friends. No, I got my darling right here next to me, Miss Kimberly. Y'all say hi to Miss Kimberly.
Hello,
Hello,
Miss
Miss
Kimberly.
Kimberly.
Hello.
Hello.
Bob
Hi,
doesn't
how
know
you
Miss
doing?
Kimberly. We did a show together one time.
Nice.
Did. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. How are you doing, Miss Kimberly?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, she puts up with my mess.
You didn't tell me about the comic books yet.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
I was
Hey, y'all can do that too, man, on Amazon, man. The Adventures of Willie Lee and Friends.
Oh,
Kimberly did a bunch of comic books. They're on Amazon. The Adventures of Willie Lee and Friends.
so I'll look that up.
Yeah.
and,
Ruby.
But yeah, anytime y'all need Willie for anything, y'all let me know. I don't mind.
Ruby.
The thing is, the world needs more laughter. It needs more humor. You know, every time you go on these websites, you go on Reddit or TikTok or whatever, and everybody in the comment section, everybody is so hateful, and negativity. And we don't need that in the world, man. We need positivity. We need laughter. Some people they're stuck, they're beside themselves and, they think they're the center of the world or whatever. And, it's just crazy the way the world is nowadays. And we need to get back to more of the Jethro Bodine and Ernest T. Bass and that sort of humor.
Yeah.
People
Understood
get
there.
offended so easily. And I mean, I don't even, this is not the same world as it was 20, 30 years ago. I just turned 60 myself, so, I'm a product of the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, as far as my upbringing. These kids nowadays, you tell them to check the oil, and they don't even know where the dipstick is.
Yeah, yeah. I hear you. I'm going to be 61 soon, and I don't know how old everyone else is here. Well, I know how old Bob is, but I never speak of a woman's age. But yeah, I think we're all well struck in years to a greater or
It's my
lesser extent.
birthday in 2 weeks.
I know. I hope you like your card.
Oh, did you send it to South Africa?
No, I didn't have your South African address on hand. I sent it to New Zealand. I figured Colin could either send it on or you get it when you got back.
Mate, listen up! The outback's a scorcher, full of flies and dust. Life under the sea, down by the reef, is where it's at. No worries, just waves. The coral's always brighter in our great barrier reef. You dream of dusty red dirt, but that's just full of grief. Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor. Such ripper things surround you. What more could you ask for? Under the sea, under the sea. Darling, it's better where waves are wet, to take it from me. Up in the outback, they sweat all day, dodging the flies that bake like clay, while we're just cruising, full time to boozing under the sea. As through the waves they glide, the blokes up top ain't happy, they're fried in the sun's cruel pride. Bland folk in the city, they're stuck in a worse state. One day when the heat wave hits them, guess who's gonna melt on the plate? Oh, under the sea, oh, under the sea, under the sea. Nobody grills us, nobody kills us, we're living free. Up on the shore, they're scorched and red while we're just chilling in our coral bed. We got no dramas, life's full of commas under the sea. Little prawn here knows how to spawn here under the sea. Oh, each little crab here gives a fab jab here. That's why it's cooler down in the moolah. Yeah, we're in luck here, deep in the muck here under the sea. Under the sea. Under the sea. Under the sea.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you. I'll get it when I get back.
Well, guys, you know where to get a hold of me. If y'all need anything, my phone's about to die. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to everybody and tell you how much I appreciate you, and I really enjoy doing this show with you. Well, like I said, y'all can find Willie at Willie Lee V 1971 on minds.com. I'm on Facebook as Willie Lee, a picture of a gorilla. And, then of course, you can contact me on my email if you want to, Willie Lee at gmail.com. And that's about it. I mean, I got a place on Reddit. Hey, y'all can do that too if you want to. Go on Reddit and look for Willie's Worm Farm. I got a bunch of junk posted over there.
Woohoo!
Called Willie's Worm Farm, but I just post a bunch of junk over there. There's only probably like 2 or 3 people active. Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever mentioned Reddit before. Maybe. I've joked with censorship about TikTok and how I had 1 million followers. Yeah. I'm on TikTok too. I don't even know what my name is on TikTok. I think I'm Willie Lee on TikTok too.
It was really great working with you tonight, man. You were wonderful.
Well, like I said, anytime.
Wonderful. So lovely to catch up with you. And
Bob
so
Dub,
great
I love you, and I appreciate you. And don't be such a stranger.
I'm here, Willie Lee. I will try very hard. Okay, I will visit your page. Sorry, I am very dozy. I am very dozy.
And Roger Hanson, you are awesome. I appreciate you. And Mark Edworthy, I love you, man. And is Otto still? Yeah, there's Otto.
Here I am.
Yep. And Otto, I look forward to seeing you more in the future.
Same here, man. Great working with you.
All right, y'all be good. And bye, Robot.
Well, looks like Bob split or got kicked out. Meeting though, guys, I tell you, that was a really good reading and a really good meeting. Good mix of people. Everything kept perfect, and we had Bob laughing, which is really good.
That was
really happy to hear her. She's under a lot right now, a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Her mom and her dad now. And it was really good to hear that stress relief. Yeah. Hopefully we'll have them in some more shows in the future. It was great to have her back. I tell you, I really missed having her in the show. He's hilarious. Glad you recorded all that. And when he sang that song, I'm going to play that to Garrett. He might write something around it. We might record something for him. If I just started playing that for Garrett, he might just start plucking away. He does stuff like that. And he loves that kind of music too. His favorite song is like You Win Again. You know that one? You win again. Yeah, that's right up his alley. I don't know how focused we're going to be, but at the end of the day, we're going to do a nice fun play, and that's always a fun thing.
Well, I don't because donkeys. He doesn't know donkeys. He deals with asses.
Maybe appropriate for this time around because I'm a unicorn right now.
He could just be an ass.
Yeah, he could be an ass.
Mule is really his job description, so it's an old coffee commercial. You have to be a certain age. I can still just picture Juan Valdez carefully picking each bean and putting it in a sack on this floor.
Colombian, right?
I think their Department of Commerce came up with it or something.
It's Maxwell House. So.
Then there are the heretics, the espressoites who reject the instant coffee gospel of Folgers. And what about that Nescafe cult? There's a lot here.
Enough to start your own universe.
Of course. It was a dog whistle when they made that brand of coffee. All through Atlanta, the heretics will drink Sanka.
Yeah. But now Mark is percolating.
I was just driving up some ski area, and then you start talking about cannibals. It's so weird. And then so you started imagining that people were barbecuing with human.
Well, you being invited to this, you being Asian and all, going to a barbecue in the middle of Canada in the middle of winter.
I felt very comfortable being in the area.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Quantum Gathering. We've got quite a selection of guests today. Of course, we've got the mysterious V, who has no social media. Of course, Tana's here. Very good to see you. Our stalwart Mark Edworthy, Sir Mark Edworthy, Baronet. He doesn't like people to know about that, but he's definitely
he's definitely looking at maybe bumping up from Baronet and getting peerage, and who knows, House of Lords on the way. Let's see. And of course, Roger Hansen, the one and only, the man in command of so many channels on YouTube. And tonight we're going to be talking about all sorts of highbrow, interesting stuff. Our topics will include spirituality, artificial intelligence, our individual projects, and we're going to wrap it up with a wonderful audio drama that we're all going to participate in, even 10. So even if we give them a non-speaking part. So welcome everyone. Thank you for being here tonight.
Some nice intro, Otto.
I sometimes take my responsibility seriously. Not always, but sometimes.
Let me say hello first. I think I'm first. This is my first time appearing in your show. So, hi everyone. My name is Tan. Excuse the weird unicorn hat, but I'm trying to play a part into today's episode. You'll see. But I don't know much about the topics being discussed. This is like a surprise. So I'm just gonna listen in and chime in whenever I can.
Wonderful. Well, I'm sure you'll give some very good insights. I think you're rather a spiritual person, or at least more spiritually aware than the average person, who usually, unfortunately, gives very little thought to spiritual matters, even though we are, I believe anyway, intrinsically spiritual beings. We have a spiritual aspect, and unfortunately, in our modern society, we've been basically taught to ignore it. Our society as a whole has turned away from it, and so many of us have been on individual paths. I know V has. Mark, I know, has taken a path in life that he probably would have taken a completely other one in a somewhat different society. And Roger, well, Roger, he'd be taking his own path no matter what the society was, I think. But
yep.
Why don't we all start talking about our own projects that we're working on? Mark, what's the latest thing going on with you? I know you're on Minds a lot, and that seems to be your main area, but I'm sure you've got other projects elsewhere. What's your end goal?
What's my end goal?
This should be good.
That's a good question.
You want to know Mark Edwards' end goal for a while now.
That's like, what is the question to life?
You're making Mark blush. Putting him on the spot.
Nothing that I can actually. Well, I've got a long to-do list, but nothing that I can actually pinpoint at this present moment. Or at least nothing that I want to, at least at this present moment, mention publicly, as to say.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you have any spiritual projects?
Yeah, you missed it, didn't you? He's sleepy all the time. Come on, look at his eyelids. Of course he's sleepy. I have to rip one on you just to see your reaction, and I get nothing but silence. Come on.
All right, you started
I was asleep. Yeah, for sure. I was asleep. I didn't even come in.
V, why don't you tell us your projects, what you're up to right now? And if you've got anything on the spiritual side?
Well, world domination.
Ah.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that spiritual as well as physical?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to make my enemies pay. I'm going to build my own world they can't touch. And, yeah, that's pretty much it.
What's the spiritual side of that? I'm very interested.
Justice.
Ooh, very fierce. That's like one of those wrathful Buddhist deities that those Mahayana guys come up with, although don't get me going about that. But no, well, I think there's a spiritual aspect to that outlook too. I remember somebody who said, please excuse the blasphemy, but he said, if you ever met God, he'd try to kill him and take his job. And that sounds like something, V, that sounds like the end result of your spiritual quest to exalt yourself.
Well, I've told some of my enemies, it's like, look at my face, remember my face, because you're going to be surprised when you die and you get to meet God.
Here's the thing. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have a single enemy. I'm always disturbed when I hear people have enemies. That's really unfortunate that you have enemies. The Buddha said something to the effect that, you should not be angry with your enemies, with your opponents, because that means that they've reached you. Think of how happy they would be to think you were angry. And think of how clumsy we get. You've seen the movie, they're having the pool, and the one guy's like making these remarks because he wants his opponent to lose his cool. So keep your cool at all times.
Disagree on that one. Of course, I keep my cool. I keep my hatred isolated and reachable at any time I want. However, opponents, I don't have opponents. I don't have anybody that can even stand toe to toe with me on anything that I like to do.
Well, that's certainly an all-encompassing kind of project. Let's move on to Tan, who hasn't said too much yet. What project do you have going on, and do they have any spiritual aspects to them offhand?
Dressed up like a unicorn.
Well, I mean, I guess it was talking spirituality, so it's more relevant to talk about spiritual projects rather than technical projects. Yeah, I tell you, you guys all know my background is Catholic Christian. So, my spiritual journey is ongoing. It's always it's an ongoing spiritual self-improvement, and it's a repeated cycle of walk the journey, fall, get up, walk again, kind of thing. So I'm far away from the end goal, the end of the road, but I'm always a work in progress.
That's always, the most basic thing I think we all learn as we get older. And one of the most important things is picking ourselves up again. And no matter how often we miss the mark, we aim again. And we try to learn from how we missed the last time. We adjust for windage. We adjust our stance. And these are our attitudes, our own inner mental equipment. But of course, you've got other projects. Apparently, unicorn liberation today is going to be a subject that we'll talk about.
Interesting coincidence that I'm wearing a unicorn hat. The atheism community has this bunch of guys called the Four Horsemen of the new atheism. Richard Dawkins, one of them, and they usually like to compare religious belief to belief in unicorns. So yeah.
Well, that's kind of odd. It's always interesting that they would draw, first of all, on religious iconography to describe themselves. It shows where they're really coming from. But
Case file. Confidence derived from index material. The man had read the index, not carefully, not skeptically. He had read it the way people read things that they hope will keep them safe. His name appears nowhere important. He was a consultant, risk mitigation, human systems interface, the kind of job that turns uncertainty into charts. He had highlighted one entry. The station delay incident later. Minor anomaly, operational adjustment, no long-term disruption. That mattered to him. He was called in because the station had begun showing familiar metrics. Delays, yes. Complaints, yes. Consumption spikes, yes. But nothing dramatic. He recognized the pattern. He smiled when he did.
We've seen this before.
He arrived with recommendations already written. Increase comfort availability. Reduce visual stress indicators. Keep announcements calm. Avoid interruption. Most importantly, do not trigger evacuation protocols unless injury is confirmed. He bought coffee before entering the platform area. He didn't like the taste. that reassured him.
Stress response.
Stress response.
Stress response.
Stress response.
Stress response.
The station was older than the last one. Not renovated, not optimized. Trying to be. That made it vulnerable. The delays synchronized slowly. 5 minutes, then 7, then 5 again. People noticed. The consultant did not.
Thank you for your patience.
A woman asked if she should leave. He answered without looking at her.
It's already resolving.
He stood near a support column where exits were visible. That mattered to him. Visibility feels like control. A man collapsed near the stairs. Not violently, politely. The consultant checked his tablet. No injury recorded.
We don't escalate for that.
The phrase reached him while he was typing. Soft, unassigned.
Coffee never tasted the same.
He paused. Not because he was afraid, because the index had mentioned it.
Yes, that's consistent.
That's consistent.
That's consistent. That's consistent. Yes.
That's consistent.
He stepped closer to the platform to observe compliance behavior. He wanted proximity. Proximity feels like data. The train arrived without announcement. That should have mattered. It did not. The doors opened. No one boarded. The consultant realized something was wrong exactly when his tablet refreshed. The entry was still there, still labeled minor, still calm. He turned towards the exit. The exit was open. He did not move. The system did not trap him. It did not restrain him. It did not pursue him. It waited. When the consultant finally collapsed, the station logged a medical incident. Response time exceeded acceptable limits. No staff were present. No evacuation occurred. Later, the report would state, cause of death undetermined. This was true. His tablet was recovered. The highlighted index entry remained open. No annotations were added. The station resumed normal function. Coffee sales increased slightly the following week. This case was not indexed separately. It was considered supporting data. No one corrected.
Welcome to the court gathering, where minds unite, people blabbering.